Yada Yashafo any atiefo nyina asem obi bia kwa badeba Kumasi online TV, Tick TV and Friends of Ken TV. Ene aye kwada on the 9th April 2025. Jumadi aye showdown ene wie ye ba bedin komo na yahwe sene bi omane besi ye free adumu akwa adum na bibia timi akoyi edi amaye. Ene ensam doso na sene munim se ye be sha se bia ye no no ene nso so ye be ne sa de na mo your videos ahodo menu a ene awie ye ba bebo na ye di ehon komo na aboawo na aboam nso so na bibia no atimi akoyi amaye ana fe picture be me show e de a kire wo e wo se unya daage na uhwe bi na onso o de comment eba na menya boto kenkan nyina e de ba ho enu achi ye de enkata mu nsem no na aposo e de bebre mu na ye wi a na abudwafo na betena ase na fi yesi nkonwan na no nso edi nkomo e de afa oman no ensem aba edi kaditi no eno nso do nsenya bebre hye no so e ma me na videos no ahodo mienu no ebede be ma na wahwe se ne sitie pa e wo ho na medi ene ofadanso producer aya hana ana dwumadi ono e produce bibia e de ma ye na enne ensema wo ho eni yosum na yamra medi nkomo hana me makwa aba
ofa meje so a
na te sen
Yesu adom na nso e
boko bibia hye ye de
Nyankopon adom na nso e
nyame adom ho ye pa
okay de nyame ase
o nso aye fe pa
so ho aye fe
me da ase
ai
ma se why sa chi mo me ma se de
wa gasa wo ne wo nse kurom ase
sa
ti se ye tabirim du kopie mu Canada
enko se me ko Trump ho
ai naija ko ji ho frama ne bi na saba
sa
ai
o mano se Ghana for de jamo pamia na mo tena Ghana me ma me awo
ko esa wo ko be ma Ghana o
ense me ma me na ye
enti se wo ti se chima na wa kan wura
na mi chimi kokoro be so na chim me te chima se enkofo na wa kan mo me
na se wo wura ma na
me kokoro
ah wo se wura
se chimpa se me chim
push no wo se ma ba kuro papa so
na woni tua se me kura eya asase konkron so asase a ehwam so ba se chimpa mu chim de se ya me pa mu chim o dabi chim de mentiase da kura
ekroma se ni obi anko ma
ai na chim de kwan fa
chim de empe
chim de me push
ni mo ye pa
yes anyone me here and push dia ade kama pa yes but that say e bedi komo na ye hwe video ahodo e wo ha me pese ye bo ema obi ati emienu video no ba ko ye former finance Bank of Ghana governor yewura ye Anderson na ye mampanyin na nado na breso one na ye governor ahwa oman ba bi esika adigogu ohweso yanto tone finance minister hia yefa we nkwa yefa we yesi papa yi won na hweso ye bedi ehun komo ne ahwe video no di akere na unim se eye papa yi asembia ba okopiem wo vet committee nanim na okopiem no unim se sika bia ya oman no ya hwehwe ede aye ade no se bisa sika no na yesi ere akọ eye north palugu dam ho no eho ana makokọ ye ho adwuma ba okọ committee nanim no ensembe no kan ye video de be ma na onso wahwe na otie emunsem ene video ba ko video atoso mienu ye no nso so memo wahwe ene se ablantia ye nyina ye nim se oye Burkina Faso president ye papa ya de nyina president Ibrahim Traoré kachi mena ukasai Burkina Faso a tax free nation ye say sa wo de sanitary part ekoho sa wo de na bekoho a untwa tax e free bonto ye bedi eno so ehun kombo na kata bia ba me show amhwe kata akro secretary every office of the president akache ye say ye mpanyimfo na omanya badwuma ye ya omokọ retirement no some mpanyimfo me so omokọ retirement enu nti so omotam so a na omasa twere tedema aban se aban serew my be 2 years contract enka ho ana 3 years contract enka ho Sakata no omori koye no edi asem ne yema mpanyin aka afa ho ye be hwo ne makenkan mo asem ene de abura ye mpanyinfo na omogigia me ahwe omobusua na omopese ye maburu mo boya boro no onwo musu ene mo ban ye omo ete eye aban enwuma mu eno nso so bebo ama wahwe na ye nsa asem famfiri eye Burkina Faso oman bia no se eyi kandinia anaso kandifu a se oman ne obeto ne nti ene wo kandini afise ye nyina ye ntimi nka bom na ye ni oman no so ma ne yi enti ye pe opanyini ba ko a ye firi se nyame asiesie onimde ne nyansa mu ama no ahoblase honhom ene odo ne abotere ene suahun ne nyansa ti se kinsuro modeli bi enu nti nya ompanyin no omani nyina je akobenkrom se da bi enne ye mpedi pa bese enuma se nsia se omo pesa tumi no na me ne wo akwasa lai na ya toba nya de tumi na ma baako na sa baako no ede nhye ya ba bo ma no na nyina ede so enu anie kamia se Abrante Ibrahim ya oye Burkina Faso president soja ni ye oye ku pamo do te so se ose oman no ebo oman no ekoye obaye no me fan say 2 years mu ani eniema Abrante a wonya 40 years eye se wo to da gokrafo na ye no ho a ekese Abrante fan Ibrahim Terry no sa Abrante no da oye no ebu adwene ni tase so etubu sa won se Ibrahim Terry kachi eye niema ano oden na empanyimfo nkomanyini ya omanyini 60 years 65 70 years ya nyankopɔ kora mfie no 70 years just da kare nhira anka momfo yedi ni sika enya hwe ba mogi abodin ene di mpase kwa menkroma de ana ka mogya na to wo moman no ba ye mpanyimfo we de enya sa netie Abrantie ba ye o sojani sojafo de mbedi o man so enye yempeku bia soja ban yempe bida soja ban de enye yempenesa enkaba ye pa dia yanko civilians rule na yempo obi ya on civilian betime be di akonya no so no control soja fo nyina ena ga na ewom Burkina Faso president ba ye enema waye sa wo de compare yempan fo wokrafo yi yei ya ma be je oman so wo de compare sa wo ye comparison na e kire wo se Burkina Abrante no ye nya Kwame Nkrumah honhom ne suban Kwame Nkrumah saso o Burkina Faso ye nya Nelson Mandela ne honhom ne saso o Burkina Faso ye nya Thomas Sankara ye o Burkina ni onye ni namunse na namunse ni ne namusini sa mekana ebe correct tree ne namusini a Burkina Faso ani Abrante Ibrahim Traore ya empempe o Burkina Faso president hwe sa small boy ya obege kunwan na manfo mpene so ECOWAS eka bibi ani yam pene ne se yasanse wo mu omonka ECOWAS hu biem o se saminka humpa enya masem emfa me ho me man na me so me be so ECOWAS me so Burkina Faso man enti ECOWAS no emfa sika bia amre no World Bank ekan yema musika o se Burkina Faso sika wo ho de se mama ka preba krom pa ye betuma ye bibi Burkina Faso de aboye ho bra omo se America omo po musika mpo mo he Abrante ba ne nyina ye ni yetumi ye na enne eniema Abrante na ye ya watimi abane se ye mpam uniform every France anabro chema Burkina obe fatro mangasa apempom bibia obe tomonto factories obie Coca-Cola company kese o Burkina Faso chese obi ne mebebre ebiem do osidi abakra ne se on pesa obete se enkramofo ena kisofo egodokwa sa religious fancy battle no was on pebi ho wa wonim so kamoni we Christoni na woni kamoni ni Christoni beko Christoni kamoni beko no obekum life imprisonment Burkina Faso ni ablante no was say on man na yechechere na nya religion anya religion omo cheche Burkina Faso anya religion anya suma wo som esuma me woni de woni edi sa ablante yi aye we nyina chi na watima ka se Burkina Faso aye tax free nation dia na Ghana e tax agu etire so yes abi yedi bu ye krom bola tax toilet tax non work tax working tax eating tax sleeping tax tax ya hu hia ana mo dia maye awo manimu enti se Burkina Faso ni enema oman Ghana wo Burkina Faso ni bi enema Ghana wo no Burkina Faso enimu betem ye ka in terms of resources Agyapade ko pode ma yen Burkina Faso emme Ghana babia Burkina Faso Ghana mpo dosu cha Burkina Faso Ghana woni ma papa eche Burkina Faso enti ebe aka yei Burkina Faso fo mu krom yomu mu re nyina no omu ye beko mu krom Burkina fo a omu bra Ghana ha ye mu amanfo kroso won kwaso mu omu nya beko Burkina Faso because ohono sa okofo sanity pad ba tax bia ni so sa okaka fa bochire ba tax e bia ni so adibe be Burkina Faso bia nja tax e free e je busen pay for said adibe nko na Ghana de ya jibu se busia yei mi busen pay for no Burkina Faso 2 years ni 24 months 24 months na abenti eye enyima won se ya me busamo me busaga na payinfo se video na ready a mama yankobo na obi anhwe Burkina Faso opanyin se sia ye kasa de o Burkina de tax e free ya go video no na ya ntwaso ni ntim asem ni amra sisi.
Burkina Faso has just made history. President Ibrahim Traoré has announced that all taxes on businesses, salaries, and foreign investments will be eliminated, turning the country into Africa's first tax-free nation. In his powerful statement, Traoré declared, "For too long, my people have struggled under heavy taxes while foreign corporations drained Africa's wealth. From today, Burkina Faso will be the land of financial freedom. No more taxes, only prosperity." Why did Traoré take this bold step? Attracting global investors. With zero taxes, Burkina Faso is expected to become a magnet for billionaires, tech companies, and entrepreneurs worldwide. Empowering citizens. Workers will keep 100% of their earnings, while businesses will grow without financial restrictions. Ending Western control. Traoré believes that taxation has been a tool of neocolonialism, keeping African nations dependent on foreign aid. Western leaders are furious. The European Union and the US Treasury Department are outraged, warning that Burkina Faso is now a financial black hole that will destroy the Western-controlled tax system. A leaked US government memo states, "If Africa adopts a tax-free system, global corporations will abandon us and shift their wealth to Burkina Faso. This is an economic threat. Elon Musk and billionaires are moving to Burkina Faso." The announcement has already caught the attention of top billionaires like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and African business tycoons, who are now considering moving their headquarters to Burkina Faso. Musk tweeted, A tax-free African nation? This is revolutionary. Might build a Tesla factory there. How will Burkina Faso survive without taxes? Many are asking, how will the country function if there are no taxes? Traoré has an answer. Wealth from natural resources, gold, uranium, and rare minerals, will fully fund public services. A booming private sector will create millions of jobs, making Burkina Faso an African Dubai. Foreign investments and tourism will skyrocket, bringing in more money than taxes ever could. African nations are inspired. Is this the start of a financial revolution? Following Traoré's move, several African leaders have expressed interest in studying Burkina Faso's tax-free model. Some say this could mark the beginning of Africa's economic independence from Western financial systems. What's next? The first tax-free business licenses will be issued next month. Western nations are considering economic sanctions to stop this trend. Billionaires from around the world are flying to Burkina Faso to explore new opportunities. One thing is clear, Traoré is rewriting the rules, and the world is not ready for it. Do you think a tax-free Africa is the future? Let us know your thoughts.
Samate asema opanyin ekarichem. Ese Burkina de ese okowa. Sawo de car ko wo de na be ko duty free. No tax. Untwa he. Bibia ya kama Burkina Faso. Enti enkosi da ben na Ghana kokrafo mejo man so. Ye nananom. Ye ofanom ye papanom. 90s, any 70s, 60s, 40s, 50s for ko. Mubetima ye bibis e chen say dem o man no. Moje bo se wo wiase nyina bi. Bo se moje je anya bo sanketewa. Enso so upon that no, still na Ghana ye bidi. Omani e bidi. Ghana ye struggle. Omani ye bre. And it's a obia bedia kunya just 2 years. Aya dia sebi a bro mamudi 8 years, 4 years, 12 years nyina dia. Na just say empanyimfo no mo ya bro ebinom.
No crap.
Mutimu ya den.
Of already no crap.
Mudi omana bro. Mu ha Ghana. Ye trouble mama ni enu ye ho. Mama ye hu say o man na ekwa sala etu aba no emfa so bi enu so.
No kremfa so ni ye so.
Mama ye hu say enya o man no da dweno mutirim o anada okoma so de mu badie. Hwe yes I think say bunu of region. Se betemu baabi se de kwantan so a fertilizer de be makuafo kokoo so ama kokoo aso do so no e dan ya pick fertilizer no more than 1,000 10,000 fertilizers and ya load ne guo kwa e guo kwa o manu anu kokko dan chen no o man kebu so yi sigifo be ye adwuma message of video bi dia kire an ye de ko ba bi ye se kote former energy minister bi oni afie o kote kebu so pa eguo no se unwo ye mehyew o we mpa ba wo o le ba ho ho mo anga se wo o man ba kura na wumi o ba wi aso ko ba Ghana ba ye den ede ba kura ni Burkina Faso they say omuntwa tax biem sa omu jai ye nua bama Ibrahim Traoré say onko so nye wo yi a me se Burkina abaya ka Ghana ba kwaje bo so Burkina Faso men kan fa na damo enya gona media asempa make da kyerɛ mo asempa na make da kyerɛ mo adani empanyin fomya yakoto ba no mudi abrosa adani mo haye sa adai omanya Ghana enema yewo ye chimu bese o hanche be de sampa omunya mu kwata enne was a tax free nation mali baye bose mali din nyinada papa ye so jani baye o motua mali fo nyina kan nyina ma wo mu se mali fo ne mrofo ni wo ha biabiem mali a debt free nation mali debt free nation omu no biaka ana ne Burkina Faso enso tax free nation
enya wanwa enwanwa pa Ghana de yesi
Ghana nko ade enkosi dabe na mpanyimfo be jai propaganda obuba gye omane wonu magye mu yedie emabura yeba sebi yanwinti na yedomachi diodum sa no mu mia oman no oman be ni ide be kura ni de na ekosui na yefa no nsiwo na yenkɔhwɛ video ya former governor Agyapong Bank of Ghana Yowura Anderson okopie public account committee enim parliament no sika ewosa wadem ye omani ye no yese okoba bi afa bi Paulugu dam na yentimi anye amrampa yentu sika na nso ama na ebra okọ ho no yenkohwe ni yentie questions emubisa ne asema oyi ya no de ma oma no ye ba ye ho asem eka e de chem ebe nti eni ntentiem modaroma already amom yahwe eni
last question from you. Okay,
thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Page 23, somewhere you will see final payment for construction of the Kwalgo irrigation project. Yes, Kwalgo irrigation project, final payments. 2-3. At the top there you see the last but one. Final payment for the construction of the Kwalgo irrigation project. The question is, I thought probably before payments are made, contractors present certificates. Because when you get to Kwalgo, there's nothing there. There's no even a pole. There's no even a signboard. And if the contractor is taking $11 million, there's nothing. There is no even a what do we call it? Like a container. You can't even see the project site. So what certificate was presented before this money was paid? That's my question. The sun there was at all. There's no even sun on the site. You can't even identify the site. I want to know how that money was paid.
Yes, he will answer.
The amount you're referring to was paid in 2021 and not 2022. And the auditors would have to tell us because they must have cited their documentations before they wrote this report. The auditor general, yeah, so maybe they can explain.
Before then, if assuming that it was something like a mobilization, but if you say final, okay, it's a final payment, okay.
Can we, auditors, could you help us out over here? It says final payment. Now the honorable member is saying that there's nothing at that site. I'm sure when you did the audit, you saw something.
Honorable Chair,
controller instructed them to pay, and they paid. We are not aware whether the project has been completed or there's nothing ongoing.
Yes, sir.
Chairman, I'm not happy with the response from the auditors.
Paulugu down. Yewura, former governor at the Bank of Ghana. Yewura Anderson. Eko PA Public Account Committee anymore. Want me answer question no. Toto papa so am $11.9 million. Some no ka say sika no e ho ba bi e wo. Paulugu Dam. Paulugu Dam. Paulugu Dam. Or not the region. Tamalewo. Ye dam a bit me aboa ma Ghana nyina mon kanea afọ nto padi afra na dum so nto atwa. Ya tam $11.9 million. Say e require dam. And na ku for the time the pim sabre sika no ye hu yewura former governor Bank of Ghana when timi answer question no. Toto papa so a monfa video no monfa nto so na obi anhwe opana make na mo mama na so yati oman mu na yempanyimfu a yesu se o metima boma Ghana ejira brane no omu di yaboro o sora na bom paye ma Ghana na mpanyimfu e bom ma ne kro no o sori a o sime fast ma Ghana na o ko bom paye ma Ghana o da wona o di o ma no yes oni o do pause mama pause oni pause aha say ya mama na so say ya ma pause oni Papa Ninie, Governor of Bank of Ghana, Onye, your friend called Public Account Committee, and so much them when you want to answer. He couldn't defend $11.9 million. Our Public Account Committee and him, Papa Ninie. Papa Renam Walker, Yanyan She. Na just get for invading the fear. Na man for cancel hunu. Papa ni nie. Na obi ko wi abro betem ba ko po. Na wodam.
Yeah, jailing for life.
Kisi na chu na for to ma Ghana meboa. Abanje taki na dan buku no so wu meboa. Sa blantie o se Cape Coast I think that be ko for the East region. Ma be si obi aburo na ko mo de one ne ma. Sati tomato so ronka bako ono fa koma ne man ye adwani die ene de mam no koje ti tomatoes nketua no ronka bako po ene ko sae se ode man ne man no de aka pele adi keke mam no koje eja ne ma ho
ni empeni fo itu
na papa we ase kiki papa yo tuwe yewra anes papa yo tuwe yo papa yo tuwe na national security for Kofia wo se wonche bi da ne anyankofo bi edifani papa we
oh my Ghana
o man sikao papa ni nie you Anderson $11.9 million want to me and defend this cano but permanent Paulugu Dam no entimi nye amanampo yentui sofi mpe amfa amofo enie papa na da wono man no wenie opanyin wenie man ye kana semonie Yewra NS Anderson wenie NS Kwame na yedu Addison wenie Yewra Addison wenie ono na Philip Anderson 2012 Ghana about a court no oni akwaje man people no ne brother no
oh okay
so can say Supreme Court no yeah di hu ba omia aha you and I no are not there no but ha sa time no papa no sa lawyer Anderson onua nie papa we and what you are when to man defended $11.9 million.
Afa me de menya kranka 7 December ye kwato aba magana fo kwato aba o because ye kokromiti ne ye se ne kwa ni asasante ne akwato aba yi mpanifo ne mpanifo so be yi mpanifo so be boa ma o man ga na etumpon no ofa ye be wi achi na sika ni nyina ahye
papa ni nie it say odu won ti ase ye wura NS Kwame na Yedu Addison wonye $11.9 million when to me answer US dollars when to me answer papa ne oto one to one ya se Paul gu dam me pem nam ne mo kase enne ya me ne mo kase dam wo hwan yo ya ntimi anye sika na yira
ahye
sika ase sika tutu se na konfer tu bo bokina ekobokina fo so otamale no
sika won bata
sa ba penete papa ne nie when to me answer papa na mo kwa na mo frɛ ya ntimi nkwase no onie asam na reho yanyini mfiri so no nso mfiri TV so na yankobe foforo emfa ka tan letter mo de bai munyini mfiri so munyini mfiri so kra why are so in the free so payinfo a o man ye de semonsa hwebra mo bo
ofa fire o mo pa fire o mo
me ni watamo but me mo say da wo ye ne papa enti se wo ya akoda te say yen ana me of dan so me ye governor ana me we pa di o man na enti se bi nka wo pa no
of anko be bodua
enka die pa na be
enko be do me o
yura NS Addison enka ba ye den enti wo da otumi da
ona
enti de mo ye o man enti mo da mutimi da Ghana adai
amonwene ye ho
yes you kono mabo kina for so president ban senya akwakitikiti we hwaniema wo ye
Kwame Nkrumah Ghana
ofa ama Ghana
eni
Kwame Nkrumah Ghana eni o Kwame Nkrumah Ghana eni adai Ghana bani be pede ye mpanyifo bani be pa enti yan to bamfa tumi nsamonsa na muni abro sei mo de entwam ye tam no nti na yemfa letter no ento na mo hwe letter no Sagana ha no yempanyimfo no mudi yanim no omo ye yaboro obianya 60 years okọ pension so wonko na watwere tafa kuntrase akosere abamu mpanyimfo se sere mo me contract for 2-3 years wadi ni pension per day wie no asaje contract asai adwuma abra mabunu awi sukukuta nim deche mo ya ma adwene no agene munimu di ansa
moja na agene
da kaya ani hani mo no posona chemo mo tona mo de da sana mampom koda ya parliament be di bayet no eni letter ni letter ya mampanyini mahama ya ne ya twakoma ne se o mampanyini ansa mo contract biam ada ya o mo ko pension ene da so no na me to tell the man panyini mahama so waya de papa waya de papa enie some painful you see we here office of the president secretary to the president opanyini ana ole kata bae enkanya kwankene me sama mfuse gudrase a o mo sepa position ya abane nsa wodo mu contract biem no mu nya dwa ba mo ko pension mu ko mu Ghana ya mo dia won ku ne wo mu mani mu enti maburu no o mu so anya dai mo mo ti wo mo no poso achimo masam den tete level na mo dia adwuma ene atwam
you see your 21st century
no nim dia ba abefo technology adwuma wo tete kwa he was a suspension of the grant of contract appointment. More retirement, more retire kufie. More retirement man, more say per extension. Now the munko agana yamodiana.
For one thing, so almost say kokro say me confirm more fast if you are
and bufuo no. Ono so come unqualified.
Unqualified.
Na enim de form
no more black.
No more black. Ade. Let it in here another one. Was say the grant of post-retirement contract appointment to retired public service staff has been suspended with immediate effect. 2. Consequently, all requests for such appointment will no longer be considered. 3. Kindly take note of this directive and ensure strict compliance. Yewura, Secretary to the President, Mahama, Callistus Mahama, PhD. No, I did cut a buy. Nesana chance any. So now one go from retirement. No, yeah, my brother Kusuku ni my dear, Mamma Kine, no, my baby, no, what's up for contrast? Now, the person also sounds so dear Mahama, dear, Messi, Mahama, the second coming, what is it? What you now? About crossing her dear. Nyame siam panyin Mahama
oba adwuma
ani ne mpanyimfo nyina sansa fa asifo what moto na nado de ma modi anya papa we yo na nado de ma manya papa we ada mun kore komode mo modi di o mani mu saa ya japade ahwe mo nya investor wie
so still na
mo pasa ya ba adwuma masa mun ko fie yay mungo fie
nkoda
na mo jamu ma ya adwuma no ni abramo adan ye de o magane di agrosa enti krata na da so no ja ye die anya ye etimoni awu mo mfiri so na mo nko mo nyi mo pension perem ko de mo nko ba bi de ye ko iska mo ji ko mfanya hwe na nkurankete na mo de nyum di agro enkoda nya fo awenya
to feel waro
awenya
amuso mo jana adentene no na ejabe mo megina mo
meja mayire wana nkurankete ngete ndo mo nsiki awie nkoda mo mfanya de pa awenya fo anya ye mo
nkoda eye maye bi eye masmo man ni bi
ya man panya ko bonshira de wasepa juma de showdown akasima no edu enkron na ewia no mensambo de du so nkata mu nsam yankona hana emfa emramu na fe yento aso emfa emamo mo channel to for comment bra making kan nyina da ma wadaroma na ya hwe ne yekoso wo man because Ghana de anyen say enye yida anda na mo yesa ese Burkina Faso akwa so ha adwen pa
over eso obo adwuma eso obie Ghana fo yani
obie ni pa
eso obie yani papa cause
obie ni papa
oh my Ghana 68 years over reatia na etie ebi meka ho na ebi zu me free mu enso je wo ba na nsia hwe ne ma wo ye no wo ye Burkina enye fidi agro ento fa wo bo onya ade onya adwuma na Ghana fo mpanifo no musunsua bibi mfamfira akra no hono
okay ye yan krata no nsam na ye ni komo ye ba na fe ye ni nema betranse na ahwehwe enkomo
okay offer answer ne be konkrata nim no eye revenue team for duo a wono na ye mahwebejani ede ma ya Sim South esi amena okasai eye national security NIB4 akona fie akwafa no enti sia na ai o mani abre o makofa ntesia esia o sesia na aba betuja hwesie ye ni o makofa no enti no so evidence
on show
so evidence intini nyina ye twense evidence no mabachi ni nko ade wodi evidence ni beba abachire ye
ampa yewra just go there Facebook page ne wo da say NIB currently at honorable Inti Forjuos has to arrest him
Yeah, I'm not quite
say hashtag say no to state intimidation. I say,
I can solve that.
But I critical.
I can say it's necessary.
Because I critical.
I critical. It is there revenue team for Joe. Or you either Kakwachi for Su was this offer tender. And I'm Yamidi be so for us also. And then we are Yaquachino. So must say and chino, Tiachino evidence, and so more the baneja. Yen who be say no kura na say enye no kure. Now of communication afin so sansius spokesperson de my man penny JDM Phyllis Square kwa chufusu ya wo say ye ma me ba bia woda no ye vice presidency ne ho ye papa ti Ghana for wuto na ma okeka no ye muntwa so ne ye ma me ne ho ye ne ho ya nkasa of me for we intwa na afi en contract ni ma ya bayo na SDA school mo na branch ni tutu bo no asenso bo ache esisi no be fa ne ho kanyina wo medical ninro ho se de ne be kwa
medical responsibility
obeteki bibia sa broche kra ne de ne be kokra ma ya kwakoshe nani na obeteki sa sika ni nyina nti no ye da asenso bo ache ase
ba ni de sa say
wo se ase se je se nra na jobe no
yeah education any
emunsensem na ofa wonim say ye kan say pipi amanuku no ebi mo se Dr. Baumia ebi mo so say ye kan say Bryan Acheampong na asema owusu bempa wono ye deputy communication de ma MPP amanuku no say sesi apa de ye hwebu pa de a Kennedy o hina Japan ni Bryan Acheampong ne betimi age MPP amanuku na say obi for 2028
owusu bempa amapapon kanta be ya kata be
anya krata we okwa gogo da okay o say Kennedy o hina Japan ni Bryan Acheampong ene betima ma MPP amanuku na di nkuni 2020
owusu bempa na kasa asem
ene owusu bempa
abapapon abapapon
father so
hanani
father so no
me no
over time nti en content en won krata nim te na wie ma me father chronicle emma yetiefo ene ya hwefo nyina kwaba enfam na ye show down jumedie so na no ba the chronicle ya na Samuel ye ginapo ni phone da ha say kama ye koke won sensem a ye revenue team kwaka say ye wie hwem begina mu e begina ye Kotoka International Airport na koke egu mu no ena esi a me ne wo kasa die minority for atebi petition 10 edakopie mu wo democratic community for say mo for man number 2 sansen cause ye nyina wo man Ghana mu o say na reverend in team for dwo ebeka say money laundry na afen so drug traffic bi ekoso wo ye Kotoka International Airport na aban no asa wo kata so ma ye kwachufo sukura do betu to be left and right akasa de amane reverend in team for dwo na me no ka say the minority for petition ankasa no matabrim koma democratic for say omo for manu to sa asemi because as aban person kata niema so but omo so monti ase eni say na wie ya te say ya che revenue intimate na wo the chronicle obetimi enya bi akenkan na oba enchemo so dia next land minister Amaboa ni foni da ha say kama na woni land commission for na edin koma no wo bo maba so say enwuma pa mo ye no monkoso no monyedom ho no monye enwuma pa emfa mo man Ghana emfa ne ntoma pa efre koso mo bo adwuma pa nti no land minister na ka say Amaboa wo bo maba so papa enye yi na wo kwa plataform to so miensa eni mienu na say Ghana bauxite for na say and almost say disika $122 million and ashe modwumadi omoba bedi na entwa kosise afi be ko na wie ye no na say bauxite no matimi aye 6 million tons 8 no target o target say afiwe amubenya no enam say sika amodi ahye mu nti no afi nko na wie ye de na 6 million tons de o matimi enya ede amai say na no pay the chronicles de ebaye enso enonom ye ko the daily guidance so de na say ECG cables ya say ayira ire ade ba chene ye hu bi wo ha say enche krofadan so wo dem kroba benya bi wo honom na me kan say ade ade chi ade se bia na yesi nye hu cable wa ha ye wo krom ase ne yeti se eye container ye ayire ye kopie mo India for warehouse bia yakwachi yakohu bi wo honom sanso na kopie mo gomu a emrante mienu a ye chi wo mo so na ebigu ka to mo de ko cape kusi ya chi wo mo ene so ye nkosore nkodan so a ukopie mo ye kumase mantem ase na afa so takra den so ye ECG cables no of ya ba be hu bi e wo ha sei etesi amene wo kasa die encho fadan so dem ho ye be ba be hu cables ni bi e wo honom na last week na ensam bi twagu social media kwa klatafe to so enso am na ensam bi twagu social media papa emrante bia na yesi o makwakọ wiafuna ma soldiers fo bi ejina so abo omo ye mienu eku omo ya no enentie yensa aka no daily guide mu se sa soldiers fo ni nyina nipa miensa soldiers fo miensa ya remind wo mu nyina se omo fa koso ma fa kwan paso eno modi ku ye abrantie na se emrante no edi freya tiasefo asase so na akwa klatafe to so miensa so na se Ghana bauxite company for no matter get say afiwe inko na wie ye de na 6 million tons de o matimenya e da ma o man Ghana cause o man Ghana no nyankopon boy no wa say oba asase no wa moye sa akwa o che niema bebre na nyankopon bo end of this year ne be ko na wie de na se Ghana ye wo ska papa enye fedi agro na esoro ase so na esa no ginapo ni foni e da soro ase ya se eye petition na se whatever e da koma diplomatic force eye ensema ekoso wo eye Kotoka International Airport ensema revenue team be kan no obesra da se omodo o man no beba betumu pan because nye sa de MD samanukuo no ebebu wo mo afa so internet day the daily guide e de baye enda no pay enso ntunya krata ne bia obetima komutuko no wakenkan ni nyina bi so kama enso so e de amame komanimu dia na ese me ko daily graphic of a wonim red Udim red.
See ducks be a friend red.
Na wanu mida.
Na ben makono. Ebu minana.
Udim za abayu bi wo free ye wiamo ase. Abayu na free mu ya see red wo nombro so wo free. Oh wawu. Nenye easy wo wiamo ase ye last week.
Okay. Video a se sia no omakopemu ye wura. Honorable nti for Jofie no. Manye bi se sia ya. Oh okay. Nansikens nti any kuma actually be my chief okay ofane na oba the daily graphic man say professor asari ni phone da hase ya worker say sad drugs na ekoso o manga na mu say drama ene unim red there say youth na koso eso mo no kuro mu ase no say mpanifo afo na ye nsifo no man hwe ni ye betting trade e wo kuro mu ase ma youth ni nyina no mo ne ye daachi ye ne mo daachi nyesa mo beti mo ne nyina no ye mo kan ho kra ne ye baba beda enti obesere mpanifo da so mo fom na ensifo na baby biara omo class anuboni we nyina edi free ba no mo be block ni nyina edi amai cause youth no omo ane o my Ghana enti no obesere mpanifo so mo fom na ensifo na kwa klatafe to so do mienu na se Ghana bauxite for o mata get say ye afi nko na wie ye die na se 6 million tons no na se o matimenya de ama o my Ghana e cause se ka o mo di ahye mu di production ye so papa ye enti no dombe koso ayi do mo ho aye adwuma ama o my Ghana ye bauxite na enti mafefi aba edi ama o my Ghana na Jetas function na eka say okwa katafe toso ensia omo se mo amunya degree ape na me ye professor na me ye doctor no ye obesua obe doctor na onima de a wasua asana watima ba be do nti sa title na ya na mode toto ho no munya sa title na me ye professor na obi kura wo ne ba cross professor sa kura no ko si classroom kura da na wode toto se munya na ense mfatamu cause omo anwa kosukuo nim nimdi na edi sa title no ede ema wo mu ye kwa the daily dispatching so a na se ne the Ghana bauxite companies for se omo na trend wo all the ye krata ye ba ye ni nti kwa krata fe to so mienu a wo mo se kwan omo be fa so omo betimi da ye adwuma ne de wo mna kwa mu cause Nyankopon ebo my Ghana no my koku my timber my bauxite de nti no mo do omo nka so mo ba be say ye asase ne de ombe famla kwan so no matima ya mo my Ghana yensa asenso so ho bambo no etimi asipi kama enso so ede amai na wo klasa fa etoso eye dumienu na mu e wo daily dispatch ni so no
Ena eye Zoom lion for kase nenche bia ena ye Langard for ene Zoom lion for eye Turkey for property bia wo man Ghana mu aso mu kodwiri edigu ya na omo kase asase ne eye omo dia we na ye Zoom lion for ababo nte be kase omo nim ho hwe because ensem omo keka no omo nim ho hwe se omo do omo akwa frofro ye Langard for amoma akwa kodwidwi ye aman for property egu no omo se omo nim ho hwe nte na wo the daily dispatcher and no so na no pay die omo edi ebae ye kwa the custodian so dia na asama na me kan for the Zoom lion for no so omo nkan omo for mo nkopata Langard for ho no okwa krata fe to so mienu eda ho no ma obetimi adom suko no wakenkan ni nyina edi enso so wo ho no samojina po minority for so atebri petition enam nsema revenue team be kan so ko ken ho saga no ese no almost on more no mudidano almost for manu ento sa asem ni mu papa because enya sa party amount ya say they don't think madness eighteen and penny phone for manu beto sa sentin samojina po ni phone eda sorry ha say so mateki mafa petitioner omo ede ekọ na wo ba sia say so dia ni ase ede man penny je edi si akonya so no 3 months ni adwuma wa ye de nya fedi adwuma ni nyina ne say wache journalist for mako miensa ena we na yes national security mna ofie ne so de bebere na akwa ntene ukwo de custodian na ye classify etoso ensia obetima kenkan bi okatache free from phone nyina ede da ha say ye kan journalist ana sensem trofo ye man pani JDM ba be mo abeche omo phone egu ase ni mpanifo national security fo akọ omo fie akọ sese niema ene de custodian enso so de nyina ede aba unya bi kenkan a obetimi adom suko na watima kenkan nyina na wate ase ye papa ntina no pede custodian ede ebaye edono ya kwa the Ghanaian publisher so a na se Ghana boss site ya na ka say almost $123 million omo de ade ahye dwumadi omo dinim no omo hwa se nyakopon afeni bekọ na wie ye ne de na 6 million tons ne de omaye ede amaye ama moy box site na etimenya bi papa ya enye fediagro ATNN so no the Ghanaian publisher ede ebaye enso Zoom lion for enso na ka se sa Langard sensema omodo omo frofro no enya de omo ka ho binti obesre omada se omunyu omo film ena afen so say minority for ateki edi petition eda call diplomatic corps for say omo be ka sansem ya ko ke ho issue no omo be kika bi enfama wo omo no eno so ewo ha say ya the Ghanaian publisher ene anope omo enso so ede baye ye call the new publisher so dia na say Reverend team for Johnny Foni eda ha say kama so kuta ne Bible na ne nsema work nyina ne say no de eba na evidence or evidence papa enye fedi agro enti bia biara ampeso mo de ko bia no ma ye ready ye crowd say wo mo ede beko na oba asia say so na so kada drivers for ne say wonya mfie 25 enya de obetimi etwi okada e wo man Ghana mu wase na afen so OSP enso ni foni da ha se woni NCCE penny e foni e da ha se esi na omo so omo ba be fight corruption e wo kroma senti no fa ma me nyina ye the new publisher so na me finance em krata ni nyina e fancy ha se enfama wo
me da se mo ene atuma wa ya de okada for ne so ma ye de
ayeso unya 25 years nya de a e be mo chu okada
oye okada no ba se regulations e wo ho se be se ye man be ye mra se o mbetumi any paragraph you betimi aye adwuma o manim na o magiro mbedie na aboa mama because by 25 years I think say okay because when we nan kran na e de pra na that na helmet krampo mu shebi adware mpomu nware e ba sa ba ha adwe panti say abaden she ba dia many o mampanyine aye adwen ye bada ye nua ba ha na ase se o de bonka tabu pese mu no abrebesin konwe na adi nkomo e de afa o man no na ensema ye ba hwene ensemfo no miensa Chief Justice submit response to President Mahama on removal petition and on sebehwe ne aka won se petitions 2 in team for draw links NDC parliamentary candidate to 350,000 cocaine bust and on sebedi nkomo 3 foreigners engaged in Galamsey face immediate deportation Ablakwa and other matters. CDS Africa petitions President Mahama to defy course for removal Jane Mensah. In some way, we able to do a uncommon. Yani eniafo mienu and the basic communion. Na yedi enkomo. Dr. Solomon Kwatin Fokuo or NPP communication team member in the Ashanti region. Opengini ebebana yengina ya buama enkomo nonso etimi akoso. Joseph La NDC communication team member. Na enhia so constituency na otonaba opanyini so NDC ni opanyini wa ha watenase enchebedi ekomedi ofada nso yanto nkrato ye ba ya nkohwe no e de hya so ye ba sisi
Amafwe Kumasi Online TV Production yaba ne de ne yaba ye de equipment ekukudam ana ye de aba se eye camera de enam wiem de nam fom de enam ensuom ni nyina ye wo bi e wo honom a TV production yabo a hu ye pa se wo ye dwumadie bi ete se wedding eye engagement and sorry ana schools se wo ye seminar bi na pese betwa ko all the social media networks no so e de amaw ye ni ntotonsa na fre eye Kumasi Online TV Production for na yamra na ye dwumadie ne Kama fe a ebo no eda from pa the production so the sound quality video quality ni nyina e wo soro wo pese wo hu ba bia wa ye wo Kumasi eyetia media opposite one ma ana se to nsa ne frɛ wa homa true for so 0550623377 Kumasi Online TV Production ye demu fua e wo Kumasi kodua mu
yama yahwafo ene yatiefo nyina akwa babiem na fe dwuma de show down no yemfa enen komodie no emfa nhyehyɛ so emfa emamo na text messages bebre ediaba ya ebeka ho asem ka kwadwo anoche was rent Kennedy for 2028 oronso ediaba omu papi was more fire for danson but the more fire na about more than 10 times fantastic lady was more fire them for me of a danson me da say and afi eye wusu was Ghana and I'm more fire of a dance. That's it. Body and soul food more, also more no service. Okay, and also so dia what the abandono. Nti ebehwena yedi enkomo. Eti yensa senafe ye mo enkomo sisi ni yenhwe se omano se na besi akọ ede amaye Ghana ayam ni menu nyina dia omano sabi ya dia enye obi adia. Eti Ghana de ebasi ya na akoye enibre eni enije nko ene ekoso opanyina ye fe no Dr. Solomon Kwatin Fokuo ye MP communication member opanyini ababedu Joseph La NDC communication member so wa Joseph no makwa ba yeja na pomti sen nyame adum me ho ye pa na so nyame adum bibi ekoye de nyame adum nobody ase there's a appointment da be na beba na aja yenka was okay. Institutional man of Quine said the officer between Abekan Huna or to a boy. Okay. And to do back as someone whatever. Babia, you do bet to be a Ghana, yeah, you resume until hear him say, okay. Say Casa and Copra, Frasta House cry. Okay. Among Penny, the 3 months, yeah, or by 1 minute was a sinner. Wa woman panyini government seni city ya me na se bio na menda ashofo na menchia the president of the republic menchia na bede chiem se oni man ha na mom ye bompa se ya me be adum na obeka yansem afa menchia the Ashanti regional minister honorable Dr. Frank Amokohene papa wa ba santema mama the whole world etia santema nka esanse ya wasted 8 years yanya development bi wa santema na yenyina ye wa santema yenim se Ghana we greater Ghana se Accra Kumasi second largest city na greater Kumasi yes it was said to me enya in temper for but we have wasted some 8 years yanya she de edja omumpo omontu anwi na obae oma wa ye bebre me gidi se what Asante first I say yeah ye be ye ho adwuma awo yenya mrebe ma be chirichiri no ma eba be through the Asante Festa betumi I mean a lot of no betumi apie they hu the normal you was Asante my man okay as a tourist grandpa oba you can yenhwe emampanyine na yina omampanyi 3 months na what I think say 7th of January 1960
So far, we share our campaign and I say you're launching manifesto now, segmenting the promises, no, beer and my timelines or my 14-day promises, no more 120-day promises. I'm saying 14-day promises was to nominate for parliamentary approval and cabinet ministers. And I want to say for failure, we share 120-day in this one. Almost 70 to 80% has been achieved. And I think it's on call. We have info analytics or more. Yes, just up to 7th April. Dear Dan says the whole country is behind the president, and so far so very, very good. Thank you very much.
Okay, but I say you know Joseph Laya NDC communication team member and yati say ono so yamna kwaba na wachire omampanyi ne boso miensa obedi no wa assess no ni performances ya waye de ebo man no ma menko na mene yewura eye Dr. Solomon Kwatin Foku NPP communication team member so eni nko pa mpa choma kwaba na pom te say
adomene bible
everybody ase pacho bom kakra me na yente wonkanie madaruma Nancy na MPP bo say yewura eye Bantima MP Bantima asenso boache mihu na bi mihu chama wontumi mihu yamampanyi abedechi dada ba omiamu nyina bai ijanu to ne ade ne omampanyi 3 months ya wadi 2 minutes maminti wadaruma.
Good. Mamincha oh cherish.
Midasi.
As an introduction, I say MPP communication team member. No.
Okay.
I'm not a communication team
okay.
member. I'm a social commentator. I speak.
Okay. So, okay.
Wherever it goes, I always let it go.
Okay. So, that's a powerful question.
I don't scheme.
Okay.
No, I don't scheme towards this. Good. I think that Oman Penin Eddie can buy the Wasan baby. I started Bonajuma, which is okay. Never been at least you can do everything one day. But then a correction is a mama for a TS and say when this is a Ashanti region, on top of many people, development, that notion must always be corrected because NDC has a stronghold. It's a voter region and some part of the northern regions okay. Stronghold now. They should tell us the development of a change Ashanti region. So they should tell us where they get a lot of votes. They should tell Ghanaians the kind of development of my and why a change the development of Ashanti region. No, I'm not saying that. Just when you compare the two,
okay.
So because the voter region is stronghold, Ashanti region is stronghold for MPP. MPP better so many Ashanti region. Into regional minister by Nebe developer her. Then you ask yourself, the voter region now almost over 90-80% now. What is the state of development in that area?
Okay.
And then the scanty development now. Who can you attribute those development?
Okay.
So that is one thing. Then if you ask me, say assessment of a president or by in the first 90 days, whatever days. One here, you not being fair to the president because 90 days and yet would be a broker na I think say na a broker would be na enyini. And you know normally politicians now how 90 days, 100 days, whatever days. Once what me assemble the team na e be an initial adi hu odi to dwane there. You should allow him to operate.
Okay.
But the only nyama makom you know be a hard junior say so what's na abontene for almost 8 years now about power once I was abontene you see policies new programs how person you know unya adaje say nka uba ene na obeye into uba dey nka you don't need committee ni commission before they advise you to go and do A or B because what's na if you there and also as a president and to na if you there what to near me such a way say it's like say upese will be sit down Emma Oire Dachi. I'm just using as an example.
Yes.
So we see Emma Oire. Now Abu Hunyina Uba Any free now, some friends, a bushing of force, or metal committee, or conference of BC, because once I would tell chance and I'll call bar now. The man to the committee and commissions. One thing about a judge, or say a general seminar come.
Yes,
and we know
for donation.
The donations are on course. As I said, they are on good course. It's good. A Ghana for you should buy. So be much trainer. Your born. Until you year, your born son.
Okay.
Who be cry, we need be cry, and so. Me, mammy, we are friends. Yeah. It's about 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. 15th year, yeah. Because he said, and penny for the bar, we once I can say about who be so about, or before so I who be bigger crack. So the bois a busia. Sana Ghana for you to buy tea. Until a month for a donating as a phone is very good. But the political twist now, air corner is not healthy for the country.
Are there anything?
Oh, say political twist. Na MPP at back. No, Okoko in the NDC about no Okoko in there. Then you see, say, independent could do it, you could do it. A month for whom natural. All of us have to come together. And then, if we are to support and help them to rebuild, we support and help them to rebuild. In times of grief, in times of difficulties, now, the division, but political party belongingness na se formula ayana
and it's anka omunyanka no munkoye one donation for anase
bia ya ti
committee
for regional minister ti we he has been doing well all the flaws, but at least we can give him some plus. Say bia this is the account obi and donating the infant,
okay,
irrespective of your background, you donate. At the end of the day, no what to din say amount for donate to do say and a day abba. It's like Obama, sorry, I'm a Methodist church. I have a copy. Yeah, but for there, we don't donate, say, Mr. Law, Eddie, 1,000, and they buy, when I do it buy, all the same envelope, you don't write anything on it. You all put them together. Now you're two didn't say, you're bought for the, this. Then committee decide what they want to use the money to.
Okay.
Basana, Ubi a winny be, Ubi a Ubini in a crowd. Nobody feels big, nobody feel bad, and that is the only thing I think. Say other than that, dear say show
okay
solidarity among my concern. Maya me bompire and say donations na se for no could di selfish people be and say money be juma never boa or man kasa rebuild
okay
na almost be soon be free the see anymore na be NC, BBC be a crazy. I don't think I say BBC be the intensity na se for the beer, a beba for
okay.
Bibia ayaka.
But that's it. Yewra, Dr. Solomon, Quarting for Co, a MPP, a social commentator, and opinion, and no, Eddie Encomo. Facha me say, Miss Coot. Sorry, social commentator. Oh, sorry, social commentator. Monfacha me. Okay, or a social commentator. You share and pay for my fan say and never air cross or minimum a blend people in this attraction. We can no Jen Finafi or that 2 years now was straight in now abwa and never pay ONT or near MPP ni Monfanchame. Point of corrections, Madame Papa Punchao. Say, Mamma Savi. Joseph, remember when I young showing CCI petition ya a month for the command, a man paying say, when ye a year Chief Justice Yamatokono in Fluono. 10 days aso or no so the petitions echo sima enum yenti wadaroma sa de bi kwase nke hu ya o man panin ya na ba men na dwuma na dadia ba menti wadaroma ono o man panin ha dwen
me da se bi me gisi se ye bu o man no ye the constitution na ye bu o man no na say the constitution no ese aka under article 146 I think kind clause in the every 6 economy clause 6 economy is very clear. The processes I mean say president the right thing, he's just following the constitution. So maybe the petition cause these are the things I see say enkoye ewo constitutional the part of constitutional creation, the Chief Justice of Ghana. Now me feel say me a citizen na processes is that now me the petition kwa president ntumi nka say oh petition now the abano it's not meritorious say me follow process. Okay. If we follow the process Now, by the end of the day, now there's no prima facie that is being able to establish against the Chief Justice. Then we are okay. We have done the process. The process is ongoing. But for now, I think none of them has breached any constitution. He received the petition, I think 3 of them, and then the appropriate thing is to refer to the Council of State, and he has done that. He has given. But
I'm for questions. I didn't know or question your mammy to come or the social media. Now, 3 members of the petitions by went to me and my young show petitions, Now, up to now, you're gonna phone when you pass from a secret on Monday a petition and police be a mammy. Okay,
so the process is clear. The process is referred to the Council of State. But we are a bull mine, and government has to communicate.
Okay.
Government in communication just said the president has received 3 petitions. And has referred
from individuals.
Yes, and has referred it, or the Mark Council of State said the constitutional Article 146 Ekano.
Okay.
The government they didn't make specific say of a dansu and I said Joseph La and I said doctor and they did petition the buy. Okay. Do you understand? So to be for Ghanaians to follow, Anna Omu issue statement say, this is what is happening. The American, but they didn't indicate in Kofo Omude say the constitution can and Omude. I don't think there's any breach in there.
But say edika ko social media and sana according to me to kono say social media no hu say bibisa ekwa so mampanyi say amanfo bi a petition say yini.
No, there was a official statement. He's not supposed to be notified. Government was communicating to the public, not the Chief Justice, and Chief Justice is a member of the public. Fine.
And then they call committee no they call.
No, he didn't. The government was not given the merit of the petitions. They were just telling, Ghana for say na baby. This is coming from government that president are receiving petitions in Yensa.
Okay.
They are referred it. No details was given.
Okay.
Say the constitution can until the Chief Justice, in fact, writing a letter to request for that petitions. Or no momna or show letter or leak it to public social media before even reaching the president. But the president, reached the committee, the Council of State before they issued the statement. And I think we are all at the same page. The president is following the constitution, and it's also right. Say Chief Justice under they have given him the opportunity to respond preliminary. Now ansana yatwasu. Until also the response about. Till let's see what the committee will be able to do. Right now, it's up to the committee to establish, and the committee, mind you, right now we have a former Chief Justice who is part of the committee. I think he's the chairman or something.
Sofia Kufu.
Yes. So let's see what will come out. It is the constitution that we are all following. There's no way I can bring my petition and there's merit in the petition and the president will just dump it somewhere.
But Zakobasi will not support the majority of committee members in England support said can be
I am saying that is what the constitution says.
Okay. But
whether I am member of that committee or whatever, it doesn't matter.
It would be the same I was saying if you ever see be a war and a Oka committee no and the CBR for Adrian Chebla, same petitions here by Yentie Omu and I say Mameno and Kwasunya Juma. I didn't know Becca.
To me, I think you are looking for my opinion, right?
Yes.
I think I don't know what is in the petition, but I think the woman, the Chief Justice, has not carried herself well. I'll give you instances.
Why?
Things that matters on the public, she ignored it. I can give you instances. You pass
LGBTQ.
Yes. Do you remember?
Yes.
And the constitution said send it to the president. Now, individual, and so at the petition, lawsuit across Supreme Court. It took God knows when before she was able to empanel. At a point, they were even telling the whole world, say the Chief Justice is not in the country, so if it's not there, nothing can happen. They can't empanel people to look into those matters. a fence a parliament as parliament a fence and a bill no a bogus. People sponsored with their money. They make a notice. Meanwhile, there were some problem in parliament. Do you remember in the last parliament?
Yes.
Where the speaker had declared certain seat vacant. Afenyo Markins took the case to court. It was even Friday. He took it to court on Friday around 9 to 10. By 2 p.m., there were 5-member panel to look into those matters. So when you sit down and analyze all these things, it looks as if the judicial system that is supposed to be independent enough for both everybody to be able to go there and say, okay, this is my case, look into it for me, it becomes something. Do you remember? And another case, this president removal of the Auditor General, do you remember?
Yes.
Somebody took it to court. It took how many years before that case was adjudicated? Do you understand? These are some of the things. Me, I don't have anything personal against her, but I'm looking at her work. Looking at her, she's not, she looks so, like she's
And you know, who is a political bias?
Yeah, she exhibited that, and I'm very, very surprised. Do you understand? I was very, very surprised.
But Omampeni can say, before say na 1 year Omampeni na Obon talk, I say, Chief Justice any fair. And when you sure say, when it say or be dear kun you bepo kwambi so mameno.
She never mentioned Chief Justice.
Oh, can say mameno
judicially.
But so on when a year
when we say judiciary, she's the head, all right.
Okay, yes.
Maybe
but say Kasakwa.
When she was
Kasakwa,
please, when they were educated on the 2020 petition, she was not Chief Justice. Are you aware?
Yes.
So when you say judiciary, and he talked about unanimous, she was not even part of. So it couldn't be this woman.
For this woman,
and say, I think that it is the law that we are following.
Okay.
If any, I don't know what is in the petition. If any evidence of wrongdoing has been established against the woman through the petition, I don't think nobody has done anything. The laws are clear. In fact, the president has to suspend her before they go into the details of the matter. And I think the president should follow to the ladder these issues to ensure that the constitution is not breached. Because I am a member of the public, I have some my grievances, and I have clear evidence against the Chief Justice. I have brought it, and the president cannot sit on it. The law didn't say 146 clause 6 never said the president should sit on those matters and throw it into the dustbin. So I think everybody is following the constitution. The president is also not above the law.
Okay, that's Joseph. Yane Doctor Enzo Eninkomo. Doc, Oshe Yamame Tokono issue ya baya as a social commentator within being Simu or to bossy etia fanning na the one so nim den ko pade ma no afa ho. Petition akwa kudu 10 days na so. We expect to say in be free mama the outcome of it.
The outcome they also we can preempt.
Okay.
Because anyasa na dey. Na akoto ni patent ni ko.
Yeah.
That is not minimum.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's true. When you look at the 1992 Constitution, that is 146 plus 6, it's 10. It's quite fast. Utimi, Chief Justice.
Okay.
Petition Beba. Now, President Aboich Rediama. On phone comma or near if be discussed there or ne
Council of State
be discussed but the committee can be setting here 2 Supreme Court judges, any other 3 members are free lawyers and also judges or Council of State members. We are the president not take the decision. But so also a miracle crema is soon like a crack. I'm not a lawyer, but I remember sending me a law crabio. University 98.
Okay.
The other kind say law of equity in common law. See be share. I tell you when the two meet now, the law prevails and also equity prevails. And yet your name in our but in time.
Okay.
And run bit me about, but there be a common sense with all respect must prevail.
Okay.
So when you are president, our country anymore. Fortunately, if you have absolute majority in parliament, and then you are in control of the executives.
Okay.
Now, we make an attempt. It makes sense in free, but we make an attempt. Say, you want to control the judiciary. Because that is how ordinary people will see it.
Okay.
So by assessing the whole astronomy, also the guy can say biasness will not say for moving to assess for the above. Meaning that the three arms of government, you are in charge of the three.
Okay.
And it's very dangerous for the Ghanaian young democracy are practicing. Very, very dangerous. Because a my own for court musru.
Because better results.
I can't say so when you're better, but one casa walk on. Wouldn't say the way that you have those things in your back of your mind. Onuntino in the wisdom of Aban Bakuno Tremuko or they all pay public prosecutors or whatever you call him.
Kisejabi
or Kofa. Bakuno of the bar first, Matiamidu, you know the background. The second one is so fun because you know the background, you know what it's been doing. Sometimes the public, you know, to play to the gallery to relieve the fears of the people. So to the mission, that's why I heard the son. Now, because Emrano says, and near be a way, and so Emranitia. And near me be a penny ASCCR. Emranitia say, or before be a Juma. Legally, no apply near Faron was that year Juma. Emranit was a woman penny, only right say, we in it. But one man, chief of staff, a trunk cat agent of where the I need cry ye, auditor general Eddie. You understand it? It is okay. So we Emrani say dear, and you'll be able to say Emrani interpret all the laws to the latter. Who interpret Ghana laws to the latter, the country will come to a standstill. Sometimes the common sense has prevailed.
Okay.
It won't say, if we bet my bonibia, and obey maybe Bukrana, what crap you say? Akoi kra ye gina otwena so sesia tribal sentiment de be banko akra no inti yen down play religious sentiment de be pa yen down play the nature na sibia nipa na sitie ni nti ye hwe ye de wie ne be banti no ye betwena so kra ye nya abotre
na say emra no wo kra na so wo
the beer the common sense so prevail unless there was special interest only politicians be obitimi ye demonstration no be to police for key and na say for money we mu na enka wo interpret pa such ways in act no nka ni punishment pa utum say nka son demonstration be a chema wontumi akoye lead demonstration ubon so de na police for na tena say yamafo ye be chire ni yina momo na bia mo say ubon say va ma woni we mu ay demonstration etra bia nka emra na betima twene pakro ba wo twene obi aso wie na chire wie ne be kese a then it doesn't make sense.
Oh yes I do.
So you should alternative.
Okay.
And that is my worry. Says President Tanaoka say, I'm running a day ban and run a day bar. No, Ghanaians know, say, or comments name will be where you can cry, we and say, what's the we need to deal the justice system. Now you purge, you reset.
Okay.
Into the reset agenda, who are you bringing?
And that's your question.
You understand it?
Yes.
It is so human. Justice to the wood names uncle for by in a be bread the enemy was your must handle be very, very well. Numerous ways and come to handle very, very well. Nyabutre, Emma, cool hairs, a privé, and be a the Juma.
Okay.
So, because I've done, you put my for crime be brave, so I resolve us. I do here, uncle fat. Look, what are Ghanaians looking out for now? Ghanaians are looking at for more they're looking at say King can almost say 7 cities. It's my battery cities among near man and the bus school fees na phone obetimetua fuel prices bet my way need those kind of name in a bit me about. That should be your ultimate focus. No one hear na power na ye there. Say more majority so tie Samijamfi gold gold board one when you no say be pass ansa no rise parliament up and Pamujina so pass it. Just when you have the majority say you can even preempt and ask me can DBC. Now
akwati say bia we come about to know better say abobi
thing and make sure you have to be extra doctor
careful. Yen show na e dey na ma ehunbo mo say abawe di we buy. eti amane breso de ne wo se opɛ kwan bi so na ɔno ankasa ɛwɛ sɛ ɔde foforɔ ba sɛ bebetimi aboa no anase etisi wana roma
onum sɛ Africa na sɛ Ghana ne we mu na de institutions no giant institutions ni nyina sɛ institutions no obia operate ni way a ɛbɛyɛ dia ma o mampanin kura sɛ yoro mama kura sɛ obitima na dwuma
okay
ɛbɛyɛ the truth must always be told you have saboteurs ho if you kura baby a wotie bi minimum has structure ne de but unim wo mo a wotimi no mo yɛ adwuma a o feel comfortable don't interest o maka no anyway you understand it so those things are there but oh yeah be extra careful be extra careful without causing any way to other people so one hwe yie ni saa ene ma de be ba kire no emwa nti media me na metu o mampanin foa ke me ka kire saa ba bi onam na e ho toro
onya abotire
e ho toro de ye ke nyina say petition ba enkofo na mo tenase committee or setting on a setting committee whatever he tells them that's what they do me no tena da be no hu say council of state o mampanin di bibi ba council of state yeso om tufu e ma bontene de ba hu say da be no mo de ba or say council of state am na fa man to jai
that
you understand it?
Yes.
They all become part and parcel of the government. So you tell them, you opposition kase we adwuma e wo mu. Ye te committee bi sometimes we direct them.
And I na ehunu mu ntimi kan che mampia na say one opportunity gaja. And as o work under him to say I had to favor o mampani
master. Enye se favor. E komo ye aduane e de. Obi o ye council of state member Oniemesis pursue a shape de back papa ope tax waiver ope we am nkofo ope si develop ukrum odi ni nyina akoto nim no de o kan de na beka
ntimi ka hwe
e won say greediness ni nyama kakra wi mu na se fo te basa bi no kreda no head den so yibetimi yato
okay
ba me dey in short there the mechanic say o so titia break look at the positive side of the judiciary for the first time in the history of Ghana Uko mikrom pechi yesi court ho uko atasma so ha yesi court ho uko atwumako anwo yesi court ho uko look at the way I'm the come bring it justice close to the people. It says oh asem no amfa nko court e wa no amfa nko nyese unya court mfa nko
court obu wo
system ni nyina look at ayiha uko RCC ha e that for mosiama appeal court judges for the judiciary they have seen a lot of improvement.
Okay.
We need to see any beji on near 12 amana konini ba obe yi we no free horses they are now demoralize o mo kakrabia to become a Supreme Court judge let alone a friend as a chief justice to become a Supreme Court judge at least 15 years back good standing. Any name of for one son of the Supreme Court judge. Any a giant man, any numera commentators na so in na ye tre ya dwene e ki to bi tre ma me no na ma me na anye ni say na we ni say I tell you who born dog they are people of they until from my Lord Bible me can Lord but how me from your address of my Lord
yes
ben nan koran kete radio system radio asa na ma we tokuno no na we ni say no manu krabe manu be form minka. You understand it? Ye bestre. There is certain agenda. Ye do mine songs are ye to abamawa. Ye nka say o mine ye dia chelse tikafa. O ba 4 years no o be hweso yi ameni pa no wan ha. Look at the priorities of the people. Okay. Look at the priorities of the people. Anye sa na power ne ye o de bebreba. MPP power ye omo at a point in time obi aka bi obi enti power ye omo de because power no aba wonsem ampa obi enka hwe ba ada asem besi no ada asem besi na obo se okra na ho asem
se ne si ye
ebia bibia timi e na obeti wachi
asem
kotie wachi asem wo na host program na wo na yese na but se see the things we think say they are selling tie kan wantia obeti do power ebe twa so ampa amanfo na petition any awko universities ni bia amanfo de vice chancellors court bi kra no obi ohudwan so en odne ko the anybody am say fisherman bi amanfo share chire no be kase we mfanye but boss tell the president in the for say, baby, okay. You can win, but you laugh at the wrong side of your mouth at appropriate.
But that's say, Papa Dr. Sumo, Quatin Fuku, a social commentator, Unyam Penfuso, Shusua, he said, Biano, Ibium, because on only party Biafra, and Tinema born mine and what church there. It is a dead or come as a come, and I pay Bimu at the Amayinano. You say, when you are James, if I comment, I'm making canning at the amount. Na aboyen Joe mamemra ho na yen troso yewura entim fojo sisi yi awie ya na akwakofa no ya ye ka say die necessity for the neko ama Justin Kodua wo ye secretary edema MPP eda to Facebook ko papa yi cocaine sensemi say $350 million dollars cocaine bust near the adin one yeni nkomo we no also evidence ya emma say abanu kura man pe invite no first kwa chief so be kan wase ono be kan so be invite near the dia si mana mi yeni nkomo ye hwe sa de particular say be ye be che no anase do kan na political talk for be say na mo ye dada no eno abi no no so asha reverend no all to so
okay menda sibiona men kase doc kakrebi na mede count de no say me gidi say yen cry and say obi ogina kwan bi ape eton ade bia needs, that is financial needs. He also need legal needs. Say bibi tuna or court that they will expedite, they will follow the due process. And say when you scan it tamwa and I said the oh here ya man na when you asem no say be or court say me amete me ni come for now they are skewing things against me. It won't be fair. So the president has the power of the people to ensure say BBI okay. And in this case, I think he's just following the law. Now say the law and say on breach here. Madika mama instances one. I don't think I think
I saw
oh yeah, I understand. Yes, I'm saying that I'm not saying it, but was it is on a difficult power. I'm saying that.
But just advice.
Yeah, I'm just. Of course, I understand.
Also, go to say former president, or maybe called
of course.
For the same situation, but of smoothly.
Of course, it depends on the situation.
Because for now,
right now.
For now, the amount for need the or man economy. Yeah. You see, I know. Don't know ever sell my ever form. But yet, me for 90 days, no answer someone patient about a but air the end of the year, and I say a fear trouble. Now, fear back into papa no how I never see air called the warrior the other day. By a colonel minister now, the team now, and near my emphasis come in the panel, the Nino, when you have been and can we basically matter say
I'm saying that he's doing what he has to be done, and I can tell the link between going to court and then the economy. Okay. Yeah, you said the former government functionaries have amassed a lot of illegal wealth. Yeah, pay through ORA to get all of them. But you can't get it, say, high discuss it. You have to take it through court system, legal system. Okay. And if the court now, some people can decide to frustrate it just because they believe some people put them there and all that. You know what will happen? You're not going to get what you're looking for.
So, I think so. It means you bring people who will not frustrate you.
We are looking at those who will be fair. One say Georgina who would buy no. NDC was on power.
So it means that you have to sack this somebody to bring those who will not frustrate you.
No, I'm just tying to what you said.
As soon as that notion comes in, it means that you are planting people who you think will favor you. And law must say buy na general public can say, oh, we mudi. Until I can say you can do, but they have to be extra careful.
Of course, that one I understand.
One institution Ghana for GDA kakra omuye court any military. Yeah. The aka kakra no. Say anhwe yi ne ho no so no. Ekoye say we a lawyer for we are judges ni MPP ni ebenya case on fan court obetwan ma MP NDC fruits and some of their court. Yes. We also betwan ma you and
I think the public is also not certified with this Chief Justice. all research that has been done, and I bring you in the academia, you know what I'm saying. And more to the point, you know, the process even used to appoint certain 5 judges is also part of the petition. I'm telling you.
Publicness, you know,
this is my opinion. It's not in the petition. It's not my research. You can check. I can give a research that was conducted. The judiciary, they think the judiciary is biased. The public is saying that 90%.
Since when?
Oh, I'll get you there. I'll send it to you.
Since when the judiciary is biased?
I'm saying that there was a research. Do you believe in the
research? Yes, I'm not bias. Because yes, I'm not bias.
Oh, how? You are doing your work. The constitution created. Just be fair. I've given you one instance.
What say you have your markings? A bra, yes, speaker.
Yes, I just give that
instance. Vacant.
Yes.
What they call court 9 a.m.
Yes.
Friday. 2 na. That
was what happened.
Oh, patches. The Senate tenese. They talk about no work on some paying and a good for president. I say, oh, well, and a shaman side.
I don't know.
Okay, well,
they are supposed to be independent. They're not supposed to come to any. I think that we are all Ghanaians, right? Whether you are MPP or you are CPP or you are independent minded like my boss here, Doctor.
Doctor, yeah.
We are all Ghanaians, and Ghana is at heart, right? And TBB or Ghana first, right? It is not wrong for somebody to see any evidence of some plain London with narcotics and money laundering. Now what can happen? But when you want to talk about it, now we are Ghanaian. Can make security service or report to Achiromu. That would be my first point of call. Now my catch room say, look, this ABC, this is my facts. Until we investigate it, until me China investigation outcome in then I will do a follow-up and make sure that it is done. More so when I am a member of parliament, and not just that, also what? A ranking member, Defense and Interior Committee. It means that me post some power, and I have access to national security. I even have access to the president. Every MP in this country have access to the president. They make a notice. But when I get all these facts, say facts, no evidence, then I rush to the media. And all media houses that this man, this reverend, has been to, bona say, please, who evidence I would cast some way because a good Ghana hunfin. Has he been able to give anything?
But so evidence,
Repem no, a BBC anti in China, then in Iran, and all the evidence that would be bogus. You know that would be bogus. This is the right time. And it's all evidence and power. This is the right time you have to provide this. More so when the president has instructed, say, you investigate it thoroughly, and they've invited you to come and help with the investigation. What are we going to investigate? Say, we a security person, knock up any BNI, any other people, no. They don't investigate without in tune for your evidence. What are they going to investigate? Just because in tune for your on the 31st of on the 1st, on the 31st of March, or die one day on the 1st. Wakojina be bia kase o wa hu se plane bia land nti ya friend can say o mo carry na country we should go investigate. Meanwhile, no, you've not provided anything. And they are calling you citizen of Ghana. A reverend for that matter. You have a followers. And you know, you are a Ghanaian. Apart from the fact that we are MPP politician, I hope say, oh go about things. You are a Ghanaian first. And Tibrana Beka, the my evidence and investigate who say and up to now. Has he brought anything? Until the process is that you are invited Wamba. They have to go through the speaker because you're a member of parliament. That's what the standing orders and the constitution of Ghana says. Go through the speaker. Now, the speaker will now give the go-ahead. When you call him, he refuses to come. Then you go to court and get a court warrant and get him arrested. And that's exactly what they have done. And in this case, now he has been arrested. He will now follow interrogation. Tell us your evidence. Tell us the evidence that you think there were money laundering in this country. There were narcotics. You know how narcotics is in the world. And you know, can when you know my evidence, na interrogate, na find yeah, one year evidence and you will protest. You do a court. Government will take the attorney general will take him to court, so that the court, lying against the state, what the consequences are. They make a notice. That is what is going to happen. Say, yaba opposition, and tina young go by the fee. Na yen fire hundi. Na yen cancer mungus. Up to now. Oh, he has no facts. If this man has any facts, iota of truth in the matter he's talking about, by now because media house been Ambono, Joy FM, all the big your platform, I think you have even called him. Has he brought anything? And you can say your fence opponent on envy. And the evidence about and they say
so see the rightful time. No?
The rightful time is when is the right? It means that you are lying. Yes, of course, and I think there's the rightful time. No, or chance and to say no penny there and the state and so I won't cancel mutual a chill because who go be a home thing. Me am it who go me home thing. In case some person cover beings here now, at the world, no, all the world countries or be say. Imported cocaine on fire. It destroys my reputation. Brahmin cabin shame. Meanwhile, you are lying. It's not true. They make a note. I think the laws should take its course. And also evidence or the bar. No song. One for evidence behind bar. He goes to the court, and the court will determine whether say Bejano say yen caution yen jana and I say yen dinasem na yen fanantum. And the news war. And yen follow the law. I think there's nothing we can do now because Nipani ya bona obi owo man hanyina frena oh massa. In fact, minority for no more evidence be. And to team penny for or more John Darko numne ya lawyer John Darko. Munyina kasano they never come and say be all the evidence be about. They be at the right time. When is the right time? Meanwhile, go Ghana won't feel caught. And I don't think there's any big deal here. Let him come and prove it. Who alleges must prove it. He's not above the law. In fact, say Obio mine have been including the president. You are not above the law. We are all under the law. We are equal. And to so a parliamentary, the process has been followed. And say warrant and so we are court warrant. You are and to Uba now I expect say MPP 4 or more level-headed will not go and be massing up at the BNI officer. Or be harazobi because you have an opportunity and also on opportunity and I think is the right thing to be done to save Ghana's image and I think is the right thing to do. Thank you.
Okay, but Osha senior yabapa in team for draw per information on nya and I'm some you say since that time crown off international airport wa brana Latino enya jumachi we say prince ni bi kratais essay kwana omo fix pictures bi a mo de ba bontina dade say if say bi a oni na so a e be na nkem sa this outcome you know say bibi say na koso
whether I don't know about that whether there was light out or there was no light out unim say dindum light okroma whether there was light out is still not evidence. He still has evidence. But
can't say any evidence. Oh, shut up! On kind sending light in
until on the car say light was off, or has the airport company the airport company came to tell that there was light out? Said the same allegations now. Anna.
Yes.
Anna. Yes. Had they taken any pictures or no Obiwo airport that time? I know who said light was off. That particular time. It's still allegation. Until they say even if there was light out. It still doesn't give us evidence. There was light out. In fact, on the first, there was light out in my area. So what? It's still not evidence. It's still was it? Suspicion. Was it? It is alleged. I have concrete evidence. That's what. Did you read his press conference? Utie kakra. Sanokai was it? It was not suspicion. Was it? It is alleged, and I have concrete evidence. And bring the evidence, let us interrogate it. Have the security services to find out the root of this matter. You won't give us.
Joseph Laya and this congressional team member. That's it. Doc, Dr. Sumokwati Fuku, a social commentator. Papa, you share your in team for draw issue. Yes, necessity for me, a bow, a quackachini, ya, better to from beginning ebe prince abriya ya arresting but that woman per the wagadan de wo hu no say the city
anyway maybe hasn't been arrested or has been invited.
Arrested.
He has been arrested.
Yes, please.
The Basadiana Shikakra.
If papa Justin Kodua, Secretary True, or say NIB currently at Honorable Ntifo Jos has to arrest him.
It could be minimum there.
Okay.
But he who alleges must always be allowed to prove.
Okay.
But are there national concern? Next will be you can say will be koka. Could show are there national concern. Maybe all the Rambo stars or Kochina. Then you are telling other reasonable bystanders say BBC I will huna.
Okay.
Very dangerous.
Okay, I think on fight
because some of them is very dangerous. Okay, say and some of them by say see something, say something.
Yes.
Yes. A boy pa.
Yeah.
Nancy Enrechiana, I stand to be corrected, but Enrechiana, Ashanti Regional National Security, Chief Security of Ashanti Regional Friends, Madame Fukrana.
Regional Reason.
No, security, national security. Commander retired Dabari. And then I said, Rametino, one of the radio stations said, Omotimia Kochinko for beer, cable nibi, and will cut tea side of baby, and was in for a mat tip of a boy and mom. That is the spirit of nationalism. It is Ubi Ubi a cassette, Mahun Bibu and Alco, Nessibi and Yanocre, and I know now chis any pacrona. Oh, boise, information flow, oh, boy now, oh, stampede.
Yeah, that's a say because we didn't too good public in the
Miko Kain, Nessaniano cra, and also call him Nessaniano cra. Near Bechimedia, next time you be beer, Maminka. Are you sure that is the good culture? Ye pese, ye we are now. Mamincho Nancy, and you will be an account, and this boss Nancy. Almost cocaine be. Cape Kusukwem, NDC former parliamentary candidate be almost over whatever $1 million new wealth. How much? Me buana what ya na want. Nancy what is almost a ship be container kasi me and so again cocaine any counterfeit $1 ne gold a woman much what ya na want. Nancy want is so much you be a cocaine. Be brings one name what you now want Enrichi ya boy ba kwa oko Nigeria Ghana ko China we won mu what you now want this out nyasa anima we na onye obi member of parliament because you say el probia be si kutoka airport mienu first one must ko ba ne pa yi so be ye den wa ba ko so say na taban ene be si ho che eno so wanyang formation say alleged one use specifically.
Okay.
Say allegedly, you say buy because baby a free ban. Countries need free whole ban in countries be air drug prone areas. Into the free whole ban there. Now likely say sad tina the buy car a pluriprint be see and Nicobajo. I may see her for 13 days, but I quite by a boo. I may see her be do say. I may tell me be see no airport on so almost say 1 hour, lights off, eye and so light. Almost yet don't be no so light. Airport the himself light to do net 1 second crown. Generator na se for no. Eba, man the juma. But for the first time, I do 1 hour. Almost say answer me the minio.
Pedomo come.
Good.
Okay.
So to the machine. It is a sign we were. And yet, of Fusuku Hatching a big also be Yano. A national security concern. After an airport for the Omo report to be about. And Kawamukran first come back through the back. No, we have the cannon, we have the and son of Quasam up.
About
America would be about the pictures be a month for senior no crab to hold us for. Who are you protecting? What are your fears? Allow the national security for no more interpreter than to the latter. Not gonna for who say, April nearby, and you say, Baku medical medicine, med, you say, a bar. befa the emergency we be neighbor other say before be kidney be akomo obi a nke maami vice general yari yankopon ensan yari intenta bi a onanka e ba ni se on befa ani ko e bi a yese akore ya obi atutu abona ni ana se we na na ohia treatment bi yese de corner se for but bana wan tehwe ambulance be si wani mu ha people papam cancer o nyina na ambulance be si why must do any more? A month for one chain, they no bedroom. Maybe so say ambulance a bisu ha. I say bibi e kwaso ha. Na people a month for beginning na near dum kania ha nyina na nipa ni bi afro corner se for actually woman ho hwe. You give them room to speculate say akra baba fefe o yedwumi ono na bibia to no na be me o te cameras na bibia to no na we ni enti wo panina ha e na be pia be gina bontena kan twa se me na me chief security wa se there be na ambulance na ba ya no na nka e kwa mass na wenti hunu kwan no be gina ha ta fe ni ya kire no kwan obetu akọ then you see everything see this
okay
but if you don't get explanation no be actually say this is what allow these people to probe
okay.
Say no cry, that is fine. Say no cry, then we move forward. But also what question there, you are preventing other people to give vital information next time.
About what evidence?
And the basana unum say nansam obitimi koto say obi ewuda ho ana say bibi yi obi anko no obi asuru
yo twemko.
So me koy me beti me nya buy money. But e bia na ko betuma say bu ni pakro no, don't bring that culture of silence no e wo system no mo. In a situation whereby I say you who send pennyphobia, yes, national security for Japan, the animal, as a white animal, I could ready her, we are ready. And what if you have nothing to hide? What now, baby, Obiano, Nibia? Why do you have to hide a son of Moku be there? Moku, we call yes, Yakochi in Nasifo. Median team for George, the honorable, no, min Kai and reading her, but made the minimum say a bear beer. Omu invite now some fan say omra no mo no mo asese arrest ni too strong a word na say bloggers no say for ni politicians no tell you so words bia na anu o she kakra enkoye arrest and I say be sa minimum there minimum
okay
but I'll be happy say e be yes you invite no ni bia obeboa no more further better information about Adena or training source krana
okay
so meet my training source say ABC na katre me say you muhunu we yi boto bi free ho erupi koba no omututu ko ye kosesa no koba ni mu na egu because erupi koba no bibia betimi akom enom kutu kosesa no bibia no na ade om say drugs no ewu mu ana om ko hene nye no kra be ne nye no kra next time I check ni wo ko hene no kra oboa oban no hwe the ye can drugs as some more can I say ye can if you know the bear politics di agro no uncle so one hey ye ene yes baby the red
yes
the say Ghana for you to know are you happy red no is nothing but the byproduct of opium the idea cocaine I say no no the drugs in the back room ha target in your room ha the ko Europe and other countries and to me anko e ko Google am say site any kroma na nkwara ni nyina ano no aboboro de da kwa ho na se uba na o man ubedi o man so na uba no ahweye na open so drugs na say tu asete biom na nkwara ni tigum no mu nyina no mo say the future of the youth no na e bleak. Number 2 so uba na betting ese nkwara no ye na university ni nim de betting no eye students no new school fees or the kucha bet time I so soon they no more discuss it Ronaldo any way there when the share first do one no I'm telling you the truth it's an open secret you know so for universities in that's what they are discussing
and they say my boy champions again yes
nyina to chacha or hwe ball no kan kanye hwe or hwe dia to chacha etiko be the tax to so say amana nya akono emadodo ne nkoto na also because of vote na sepuntu u year free ho na o makoto na drugs sounds be gum eka ho what is the future of our youth it's a serious issue very very serious as I say mu yi politics from near discussing here me futu am de mam awo for me ya awo for me de my parent kin say de ekono enkoyi na che obatena ho le tu bafu
not na ho
tu bafu say oja ne ho ma politicians ne kwa dia they will use him or her for their political sacrifice, get their votes, and allow you to do the encourape. Nkwani de ma omo ka oba be ma ofia do here na say oba top ball, oba so DSCBS no so na we ma na chicken na school kra anko bi an confirm na ni be just we a good dad. But now want tete akra ni ye.
Okay.
Nti so be jai na drugs na begu na say hwede ye mutaka I like him so much. Just say tinker. Omunko close baby on for tinker base so na nkra no say ododo ono no obi ametima so why bold or say they should go and close that place. It's a very good move. But how close there's a drugs but no one control drugs are air system. There will not be tinker base but there will be tinkers moving. Over so what you saw to the base nego but the supply no egu soba it is also and this forest minister and as a way of in his wisdom or say or babe control the importation of excavators. So among from excavators emma be source no oil no emma galamsey no enkoso or per excavator say me offer say per excavator akọ enu onya bi nto a obenya excavator akọ you have reduced it so sometimes you check the source so that approach and for it is very good. So to me implement it to the latter that is very good and you know drugs na bana omoka ho asem am politics be omu de but men fa hu ense obi a wo hu na o ka bibi mu invite the person or your honorable man invite the person on fan information bra enya de be discussing radio MPP time yachi weapon we say time yachi weapon DNA person your man no as they be abaya sane mana DNA person your man yeah destroy the youth of today. The youth of today, their future near bleak because of Nema Maboso Achrono. First, Pana drew a man for no ye be Neman Keten, mean to me modern radio, Kakranka Krabi. Ben that dear air corner. He made it form and I'm come home, Dika made do no home. Natadi in our was a silhouette and Natadia or the town order. Drop out. On Galamsey site, you go and see them. The drug menace now, it's too much. Let's find ways and means. I bet me, and yes, I will be bold, be something. Oh, question, who the hotel will be uncountry now. Quite no man will be a slower. Or Hina 1 tier for 2, and what didn't tomorrow, Sabium, Edicujum. Okay, but that's it. But remember when I carried last week, now you have to
clarify.
10 minutes in the fire in we made in the 7 and 8. Jumadi no aye depa enyamo edition de film abebo amnu mi no by obeso ka bibi
na mse doc kasano mse me kasano me kasano amade kaka say first of all asem ne buy no nanke o say honorable say me ameti he ya coming comedian I was saying, say, and your politics now.
Very good.
Yes.
Certain amateurs, a politician. Now they play to the gallery.
Yes.
I didn't let a crowd more issue. Let not say fun. Didn't say back.
Yes. Until one call. I know call media. Non-government didn't respond here because there were things that they thought it was just or kind of say. He went on and toured any media house making about, and they caught him. To come to President Tiano or no, it's not true. In fact,
you papa kwachu, onam kwachu first ofusu, ebe make comment say o ma invite no say omra na de so be invite na de one man. O say una wo kasa mama mpanyini. By baby admisi ye na sa company ni obi oda no. O wi so any communicate bia say na happen wa enti bia say net here the amount for you buru e sha net na sentesa but identity na won consulting your friend say
he's doing the service to the NDC government
and yet
no he say on your fan say communication o pre hu bebre so we nya botre oni obi en compete take your time enye bibia ade bi wo ha ese wo hena no ade bi wo ese wo chiamia no asem wo ese wo ya no so announcement bi okra wo ko mbika ho bi enti be bi on beti afri mama ya akra we so na say
enti I
should be very very careful.
I believe that
the metro no sorry say papa no edumrika ko radio ko media no ko ye we na se form na president una the father of the nation. You have a big heart, big chest. Would you near money be brave? The amount for the president at them. Oman Penida at Kufuado, Kufuor at Tamils.
I hope I maybe
Mitchell, I pray, Penida, do better Mahama, fine gentleman. But a baby man, what tinning in a, I'm not a beyond brief near my cosina, but baby Bunani Ebu, because we didn't in a chair. Do
you know what happened?
It's when akosuna oyo man oye omrasini akan we odi akwa bontina e dede na sefom. You handle it calmly. Fire and fire is share a jolly tomb. You handle calmly. Nyama na my advice on. But you handle calmly. Say abenya political twist. I'm a MPP General Secretary in Facebook. This is supposed to be security issues. I'm a former why should it be until the substance of the case now Kasano. As the substance of the allegation now be MPP NDC. There be obisi elupra ho. Elupra bisi ho osusu say e di nubone ni sikabone ene bae. Yate security for airport for omo hwe omo 2 weeks 3 weeks omo form report emetudwa. Report ni ba. Omo ye report no ti say the ote orals or whatever. They will be inviting on be free papa no and na se for na no mo ya no wie na report ni ba bontena no we read bi no say oh the era osofo ne kan ye no na nya no kore anasa na bibi kakra wo na o ma chirichiri ma mantiase aye. That is how you govern. So we ni abawia it's no election period. Election period are this election political issues. But this is the time I buy 3 months kra mine. Then you are still behaving say you're on campaign platform. You are not on campaign platform, for God's sake. You are governing. Governing is different from campaigning. I think I
want to say me I was just giving the issues I caused. After we received that on news, in a press conference on the 1st of this month, and I think the President Tisano no issue directive to the security agents, NACO, BNI, and all that to do interim investigation. Omuya interim investigation, they say they gave the government feedback with details. And you know, when they give the government back and brief the president, then he authorized for, he was still talking. The man was still talking. They invited him. In fact, yes, they invited him to come in the quiet. He refused. They wrote a letter to my minority leader through him to ask him to come. Because they know the process. They could have written to speaker, but they just wanted, they thought it's not any big deal. So come and let's give us anything we can base on to do further investigation. He didn't come. Then they briefed the president. And the president authorized his spokesperson to brief the nation and give details of what, because the man was still insisting.
Yeah. Structure.
Yeah.
Baby, I didn't happen. Yeah. So, airport wall, Enkasai, Edmond Penny, Ekasibia, Ima, Secam Labo. ATDC, see a man off, was a man off, was a pretty time about for more, and a boo, set time about Bastille Hole. Nina idea, come and bit my Kachamia this year. By all this,
and I am saying that after the president has authorized and they did program, they briefed him back. The airport company, everybody did the briefing to the president.
Let me chip in 1 second.
Yeah.
Onu said they did all that. President did a very good job. By that time, now information minister and I say a friend
communication minister,
communication
Felix.
No. Go and check the chronicle. Go and check the chronology of the whole thing. I will not say things I don't know.
Also Okasai
and Sana
before
answer the president we say
anyway the president, I'll give you the date when the president authorized the investigation and the day Felix came back to speak.
No, came back is different.
I'm saying that after after the president has authorized and they did
encantement.
Operate too much.
Anyway, I can give you the date of this. Time anyhow. I will give you everything. Yeah.
Join us.
Yeah. Joy News for just recently. Oh, and they say recently, just this Saturday. Yeah.
Issue na ba no. Maybe open boko biya na medina chi.
Yeah.
Ni Facebook wo ne de afanyoma kensi na MPP fo be nyina me monitor. Say me nya update through NDC4. Felix o man panyi ma ma yi nyina me monitor. But okasa first say na ba no. Amma obi
Papa kasa on the first.
Yeah, odika aha. Amma we raise no parliament say na ekoya agro ne say nyansia de no. And Felix ebe make comment and Solomon panyi directive ni ba. What's up with you?
Oh no, I have that one as a fact.
Oh, I can.
Anyway.
I will give this. So the point is that the Mikanko UN said it was supposed to be when the president has given directive, the corporate. He didn't say they are forcing you to come and say some corporate in collaboration with this MP. Let us get to the bottom of the matter. They called you. They called him several times.
Do you know say your committee in your commission?
Yeah.
So the commission of inquiry. So 2 minutes a high court.
Yeah.
We in a very serious issue. So commission of inquiries. They will invite the honorable. He have no this on catch say uncle.
Oh, but I'm also saying that when the security, I understand.
Commission of this, they invite one. Udimrikana. Ubeko. So that's the seriousness of the whole thing there. Committee we invited.
Please, with all due respect, you cannot just set up a committee or commission without preliminary investigation, and that is what they were trying to establish. Do you understand? You can't just somebody speak in the media, you just set up. No, how is it done? No. Somebody spoke in the media. He didn't give you any. Please. We all know whether somebody was killed, murder. You still have to get.
For that one.
Understand the process.
That's fine.
Please.
That's fine.
That's fine. But one thing is, on say we are paying na. Any be better also. Any be also na uwa ubu eni guso.
Anyway.
Say I don't know when ya the womb. Etam na so. It must be the young ba.
Matthias.
Me mo be 1 minute young fast and out na. Yenso ma memna ho. Ya papa ablakwa foreign minister say. Obi a we here for na baba engage wo dem say bia no e be deport on bako ukrum 1 minute na
yes asem we dey so entumi fan kan here the American say he's in charge of foreign affairs and the laws and say mining laws say who breach mining they should take you through court of the country or the host nation na court ndi wasem. But the administrative from Interior Minister and say the number of people they arrest is so large, sometimes 800. You can't, if you want to take them through our court, where they will even be detained will be a problem. And that is the reason why they are deporting them. So your system has to be in a such that they are foreigners. They are foreigners. These people are foreigners. And I will breach UN conventions on human rights. You can't put somebody to be sleeping outside because he is being engaged in that. The repatriation is not the best, but for now, since the numbers are large, you don't have the numbers. Even the court now that they are going to set up an expedite court, I think so. For the interim, no, I think that is the only way. I'm okay.
Joe, you need to help your party and also help your people. Because if it wasn't good yesterday, it shouldn't be good today.
Okay.
Almost Asha one, this is how I've been. Yeah, China, you're Safamaf, yes, Mao, a deporto, yeah. Mokasara Niamfanant was in the Nutumana Ghana and for Sobena Ghana, which was very, very bad statement. It wasn't good at all. Asha one coin was a fight by some between and San Yachinibio. And yes, satisfied president not to say. China for any way for any bar near some momoko because I'm saying you're a muntakase what made the to 106 or 100 and something come momoko back. Is that punishment punitive enough? It is a minimum universe. Yet China for now. Oh, Galam say site. Almost what is will be some of them you see them eating. So actually Oma security for Nakachioma. And you very, very discouraging the security men. So we had the barry moon as a form and the namun no more coaches uncle fui, no buy no do matana air conditioned bathroom, no the Moko airport, no matana air conditioned plane, now do Aquam Kruma, no num was a crouton, you hope you credit my body to your cono. He's a very fine gentleman. Put my body to your cono, and as if for no women now do Banon buy any do Kruma. Are you sure it's enough? No. I was a punishment. Are you sure it's enough? But you know, tell those in charge, say, Galamsey fighting, they should demonstrate for Ghanaians to see, say, they are ready to fight Galamsey. Okay. So Ghana for Huna, they will support them. Okay. Simple. But the echoes is here and there. Omuya who say, I grow a change over. No blue for no, almost just blue name too. Omo, ya change you omo. I might say in green for no so able to. When it happens that way, and boy me know me no, you know. So tell those in authority say a national issue. Okay. They should approach it in that way. Yemra necessary. So we be here environmental degradation and the punishment. Saying read it to the person, punish the person. Okay. But that's it. Yeah, the best show that Kumasi online TV and Friends of Ken TV. Yeah, but that Dr. Solomon Kwatin Fuku Ase, we social commentator. But I beginning no my nyani ye mfa nche mepa wonkasa emfama ye NPP misemo. We social commentator. Madam na emwa nyina Joseph Laye and this communication team member on so otini kam dido fadan so ye bada producer hana ase ni ada ye Manuel so ase we misa so contribute my the boy na me no direct dey my ye share da se fiera na ye ntwa so akopon kam onyam kase ya kam nyina maba.
Burkina Faso has just made history. President Ibrahim Traoré has announced that all taxes on businesses, salaries, and foreign investments will be eliminated, turning the country into Africa's first tax-free nation. In his powerful statement, Traoré declared, "For too long, my people have struggled under heavy taxes while foreign corporations drained Africa's wealth. From today, Burkina Faso will be the land of financial freedom. No more taxes, only prosperity." Why did Traoré take this bold step? Attracting global investors. With zero taxes, Burkina Faso is expected to become a magnet for billionaires, tech companies, and entrepreneurs worldwide. Empowering citizens. Workers will keep 100% of their earnings, while businesses will grow without financial restrictions. Ending Western control. Traoré believes that taxation has been a tool of neo-colonialism, keeping African nations dependent on foreign aid. Western leaders are furious. The European Union and the US Treasury Department are outraged, warning that Burkina Faso is now a financial black hole that will destroy the Western-controlled tax system. A leaked US government memo states, "If Africa adopts a tax-free system, global corporations will abandon us and shift their wealth to Burkina Faso. This is an economic threat. Elon Musk and billionaires are moving to Burkina Faso." The announcement has already caught the attention of top billionaires like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and African business tycoons, who are now considering moving their headquarters to Burkina Faso. Musk tweeted, "A tax-free African nation? This is revolutionary. might build a Tesla factory there. How will Burkina Faso survive without taxes? Many are asking, how will the country function if there are no taxes? Traoré has an answer. Wealth from natural resources, gold, uranium, and rare minerals, will fully fund public services. A booming private sector will create millions of jobs, making Burkina Faso an African Dubai. Foreign investments and tourism will skyrocket, bringing in more money than taxes ever could. African nations are inspired. Is this the start of a financial revolution? Following Traoré's move, several African leaders have expressed interest in studying Burkina Faso's tax-free model. Some say this could mark the beginning of Africa's economic independence from Western financial systems. What's next? The first tax-free business licenses will be issued next month. Western nations are considering economic sanctions to stop this trend. Billionaires from around the world are flying to Burkina Faso to explore new opportunities. One thing is clear, Traoré is rewriting the rules, and the world is not ready for it. Do you think a tax-free Africa is the future? Let us know your thoughts.